There was an opportunity tonight to voice opinions and dispel rumors about a proposed Muslim cemetery near Farmersville in Collin County. Good evening. I'm Clarice Tinsley.
And I'm Steve Eager. It's 9 o'clock. Fox 4's Deanna Zoga is in Farmersville, where some are urging the city to say no to this development. Deanna.
Yeah, Steve and Clarice, city leaders are saying tonight that as long as the cemetery plans meet state and local requirements, which so far in this process, the city says those plans do meet those requirements, that cemetery could be built just outside the Farmersville city limits. And that is not what some people in the crowd here wanted to hear tonight, many expressing distrust in the Muslim community and in the city.
You may have been told that the Quran advocates violence, advocates harm, murder, rape.
Facing a packed house, Khalil Abdur Rashid of the Islamic Association of Collin County addressed plans for a Muslim cemetery near Farmersville. Plans met by pushback over whether the cemetery would contaminate groundwater or impede economic development.
Every place y'all have been, y'all have caused some kind of controversy in the schools, and the government lets y'all have y'all's way. Well, it's not going to happen in Farmersville.
And pushback based on mistrust over the Muslim religion itself.
You just can't trust them. I don't believe they're going to tell the truth about this issue. I think eventually there'll be a mosque, eventually there'll be a training center there.
The Islamic Association of Collin County says it is not planning a mosque or school and bought the 34 acres for cemetery space for a growing Muslim community.
They researched different locations that would fit the rules and regulations of where you could establish a new cemetery, and of the choices, Farmersville came out on top.
While most who spoke at tonight's meeting questioned the cemetery plans, not everyone expresses opposition. Pastor Bart Barber of the First Baptist Church in Farmersville told his congregation it would be wrong to prevent Muslims from building a burial ground.
I think if we say, unless the city government steps up and keeps these people out, we're going to lose our community. I think that overestimates the influence of other systems of belief and underestimates the strength and the power of the gospel.
So you're clearly hearing a lot of opinions, but the city says those opinions don't necessarily factor into the next steps. There is no vote at tonight's meeting. The site of the proposed cemetery is just outside the city limits, so the city says that it is simply there to sign off on the platting, some of these plans, that those are kind of the rules and regulations that have to be followed. And so far, the city says that those early plans that have been turned in do follow the rules. And I will tell you, Steve, tonight's meeting was set up just to answer questions from the public, clear up any rumors according to the city, and this whole thing, these whole plans are still in the early stages. There's no timeline yet on when this cemetery might be built. Back to you.
All right, Dan, let me ask you, we just heard a couple of questions, but you were there all night. So categorize, if you can, the tone of the meeting, maybe the attitude of the crowd there tonight.
The attitude of the crowd, by and large, I would say was mistrustful, not just of maybe perhaps the Muslim community here that was represented, but also in the city themselves, the city leaders themselves, I should say. Some people expressed to the city manager, the mayor, that perhaps they should have done more to let neighbors know that these plans were in the works for a cemetery. Many convinced that there is something else that the city could do to inform people of these upcoming plans, but the city is making it clear that it is following state law and that these plans would be rejected just on a technical basis, not based on perhaps the opinions and some of the feelings of those in the crowd. Back to you.
Okay, got it. Thanks, Deanna Zoga in Farmersville.